Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me for your daily tarot reading. I ask you to choose the stone that draws you, the one that really resonates with you, and we will begin. All right, for those of you who chose the white stone with the little brown spot, we have the moon, we have the Four of Cups, we have the Nine of Swords. Okay, your intuition's pretty strong right now, but you're tempted to worry. The worry, however, now that's really about an intellectual exercise. It's about your thoughts. It's not about what your gut is saying. The worry is obviously more about trying to figure things out. And maybe it's tougher to not worry late at night when you're tired. Or there could be some other negative thinking going on. But this is all your reason. This is all mental energy. This is all, so often we rely heavily on our reason to figure things out. And there's good reason for that. I mean, that's been the success of the human species, right? That we have this well-developed cortex, right? But it can't do it all for us. And sometimes it goes awry when we're trying to figure out something we cannot know, or we're trying to overanalyze something, trying to deal with an emotion by figuring it out. Sometimes we really just need to settle in to what our gut is saying. When it's a fearful thought, that really is never truth. Because, unless something is about to attack you right now, the fear that we feel as humans is usually about things that never happen, usually about things that aren't necessarily life-threatening, usually about things that, like I said, never usually come to pass. So really, if we settle down into our gut and into what Spirit is saying it to us and what Source is saying to us here, a lot of times that can slip away. We let go of trying to figure it all out. The Four of Cups is about, I feel like there's a message that Source is wanting to give you, and you're having a hard time taking that cup. Maybe it's because you don't see it. You just don't see it. You're focusing on other truths or other things in your life that have been sort of disappointing or not enough, not emotionally rewarding enough. And so Spirit's coming here trying to give you the Ace of Cups, which a lot of times contains comfort or love or approval or some kind of nice message to encourage us. And you may be having a hard time hearing that. So really, Spirit is maybe using this reading to help you to know your intuition is quite good. And if you're having fearful thoughts, that's not your intuition. That's something else. And maybe Spirit wants to bring you a whole different kind of message. So that's really a powerful reading. There's some real relief in that reading. All right, for those of you who chose the pink stone, we have the Four of Coins, we have the Page of Wands, and we have the Knight of Wands. Okay, so the Page and the Knight, together they can represent a goal of yours that you've already picked up and you move forward like it's beginning to mature. It's not completed, you don't get the King or the Queen of Wands, but it's a goal, it's a purpose, it's a priority, and you're still moving forward with it very purposefully. The Four of Coins is suggesting you're doing this in spite of maybe feeling a little less secure, maybe feeling like your security that you've built is threatened, whether that's money or health or some other source of physical source of security. Nevertheless, you simply keep moving forward with your purpose. And in fact, that may be where you feel most energetic, most invigorated. So that's a good thing. Now that Four of Coins person never really has to worry. They have it. They have it. But there might be something making them worry and hang on tighter. So that could be one interpretation of these cards. Other interpretations can involve who these people represent. Is there somebody who is not really young, but also not older? A knight, you know, a Knight of Wands is someone very purpose-driven, energetic, focused, but maybe doesn't see the whole picture. Maybe doesn't have a detailed multi-step plan, but knows they keep moving forward with this one main priority, right? So that could be the Knight of Wands. The Page of Wands could be somebody younger than that, or a little less mature, or, you know I have to do this. So you might have some very purposeful people in your environment. You might feel that way. There can be, I don't know, less cooperation in those. This is about independent goal achievement. This is what this is about. This other person, the Four of Coins person, that can also be somebody who is sort of tight with their money, or they're a little miserly, or they're a little greedy. They just never feel like quite they have enough. That could be somebody in your environment as well. So I described these characters in case you recognize any of them. I think if these three got together in a room, it would be a bit difficult for them to understand each other. The Knight and the Page may understand each other, but the Knight would feel quite a lot more stronger and accomplished than the Page, but maybe not yet be able to see that there are many who are yet more accomplished than he, who are further along and more mature in their goal-driven behavior than he. So, there's that. And then the Four of Coins person could be, could be seen as a little bit withholding, a little stingy, do I want to say? So if these three were together in a room, things would be okay, but there would be some misunderstanding between them, not understanding each other all that well. Wouldn't matter, because they'd each be doing their own thing mostly. I mean, this isn't about conflict or anything, but I'm just saying, this can represent different people in your life that are kind of in their own space and not really understanding each other all that much. So, and that's okay. I mean, that's okay. But it's just interesting. Each is doing their thing. Yeah. And two of them are purpose driven, one of them is security driven. Right. Sometimes it's just a nice reminder that each person has a different personality and a different perspective, and maybe we shouldn't expect that all of us would be seeing eye to eye all the time and understanding each other all the time. It does take all kinds. For those of you who chose the lime green stone, we have the Two of Wands, we have the Judgment Angel, the Judgment card, and the Justice card. My goodness. So we have two wands in the Two of Wands, we have two scales in the Justice card. Something about being balanced. There could be more balance coming in, more fairness coming in between two priorities with that Two of Wands, or two goals, perhaps two people, two sources of purpose and meaning in your life. As you look forward and you're weighing your options, you're thinking about the future, perhaps even thinking about travel there or trade. We have a balanced perspective with the Justice card, and we have clarity and good decision making with that Angel. So I like this. It's sort of like if you are considering what is next, what is down the road, what is most important to you, or how to be true to two different priorities that are very important to you. It looks to me like you're looking at it in a very balanced way with great clarity and insight. And you will make a fair decision. So your decision making right now is terrific, is really terrific. And in fact, it's enlightened. It's balanced. So that's really, really very comforting, I think, to know that you should feel confident in that. The other meanings for these cards, we have two major arcana here that are Justice and the Judgment card. So there can be a situation in your life where you're making a decision that you feel is more fair. You know, your justice is on your mind, fairness is on your mind. It can be a decision, or it could even be clarity of analysis. Like you're seeing a situation and you're seeing it through the lens of justice. And boy, you know, you're just seeing it really clearly. Your assessment of what is fair and what is unfair is quite good right now. Is maybe even a bit inspired right now. Yes, I mean, the angel is there helping you. So, and it could be that that's on your mind because you do care. Justice is a sort of a heavenly thing. It is. Revenge is not. But justice is, because justice does help us to bring up those who've been put down, you know, establish some fairness, right? Increase the sense of security for people, because there is some fairness being enforced. There is some laws, some really important, impartial justice happening. So these kinds of things may be on your mind too a lot lately, and with new insights and good clarity. So these are very interesting cards. Those are really good cards. It might be, with the two major arcana, I mean, this can be certainly about more than today. It can be something that's sort of overarching for you right now. For those of you who chose the blue lapis lazuli, which is a spiritual stone, we have, there we go, the Fool with his new beginning. We have the Page of Cups. We have the Two of Coins. So there is a new beginning that is beckoning. And there's some good news coming in, perhaps, bringing that. It might be a time where you're feeling, you know, some positive thoughts are coming in, even though you are, you know, you're certainly, your hands are full. You know, you're juggling sources of security, you're juggling the balls, keeping the plate spinning, all that, you know, handling that like a boss, by the way, you know, even though it might be challenging. So even though that's going on, there might be some new positivity coming in about a new beginning. It's sort of beckoning to you. Spirit is kind of whispering to you and trying to get you to pay attention to some hopeful thoughts, some good news, a good message. And there can be turbulence in the background, and there can be uncertainty. But you do so well. You're doing so well with it, and you have every right to expect that there is a good development coming, a new beginning in some area that is coming to you, some good news that is coming. So that is excellent. I think about the Rider-Waite, the turbulent waves are behind this figure, and here the turbulent waves are behind this figure, you know. But that little bit of good news, that Page of Cups person too, that's an energy. That's an energy that really does go with this. It's sort of like Spirit saying, allow yourself to be fanciful and carefree and follow your whims sometimes. And then the new beginning gets more solid. Then that might be the avenue to greater clarity and hopefulness. So it's not always the serious thing where we get the insight and we get a better plan for our future, or something good coming in comes into sharp focus. You know, it's not necessarily, that doesn't necessarily happen when we're being all serious and analyzing it and considering it. Sometimes it can happen when we are being really at one with our emotions, being with our emotions, letting them be what they are, following them, and allowing delight to come in as well. So that's an interesting reading. I like it. Well, I thank you all so much. I hope that you have a terrific day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.